First is this: if you're new and you want to know any more about All Souls, within this worship guide, which is this thing right here, there is a guest card that you can just fill your name and email. We just, the one thing we do is send out an email every Wednesday that just has all the other events and things you can sign up for and kind of stay in the know as well. And then if you want to have coffee or lunch with a leader here at All Souls and just know a little bit more about this community, ways to plug in or just share a story, we'd love to follow up and do that. So that's guest card, and you can throw it in the hospitality basket in the back there. And then one of the things that I just cherish about All Souls as a community, and something that I have the deep privilege of being able to witness, is watching this community show up for one another. And so times where people have needed to move and someone has vulnerably asked for help, like, could anyone help me move? And then like 6 amazing women show up to the door and like, let's rock this. And they like moved people. Or when families are in need of meals or all those things. But for all of that to work, there's another thing that's really important, and that's the building and trust and vulnerability of also saying, here's ways or things that I need. Here's ways that you can pray or support me. And that's actually usually the roadblock to this, more than people who want to help. It's hard to ask for prayer. It's hard to ask for the things that we need in our own life. But in trusting community, this is what we do. This is how we build trust together. So all that to say, whether it seems small or large or however you're holding it, if there is any way that our care team and our staff can be praying for you, we have these prayer request cards that you can fill in here and drop in that back, or you can give it directly to myself or one of the other staff members. And if there's other ways in which we can help you with a practical need or something, feel free to reach out to our care team or to our deacons as well, and they have systems and ways to show up for all of that. A few announcements of things that are just coming up at All Souls that are really exciting. And one, I'm going to start with just a little bit of with a big challenge for us. Again and again, as I have like those side conversations with people in my own life, I hear a similar pattern, which is, yeah, the world just feels a little overwhelming and I'm not sure what I can do about it. And I feel that within me in my own life at times. Like, I don't know what I can or can't do. And I just want to point out, sometimes it's the simplest things can be some of the most meaningful. And so one way that All Souls has tried to show up for this year after year is through our community partners. And one of those is Sister Carmen Community Center in Lafayette. And throughout Lent, we are doing a food drive. And so if you have ever said, man, I don't know what I can do to help or to do anything in this world, like, this is a practical way that you can, or sending this out or asking it at your work or your school, a way that in which we can help supply a partner who is doing amazing work locally in our community. And please just check out Sister Carmen and the things that they are doing. The challenge is we have this bucket in the back of the sanctuary that we want to just overflow next week. So the challenge to you all is to think about showing up in the season of Lent. We're going to have it throughout Lent, and just bring in these items. And don't do what I did when I did food drives in elementary school, where I just tried to find the cheapest thing possible so that I could win the pizza party at the end of the food drive. Anyone else do that? Let's find the most nourishing things that are needed by this community. And so they've provided this list of things that are most needed for their food pantry and for their clients that they work with. So would love to see All Souls show up. Bring your food. You can drop it by throughout the week. You see, wave in the back. Erica's in the back. If you have any questions about it, Erica, I'm going to ask a question from afar. I forgot, if they can drop it also at Lafayette as well, right at Sister Carmen? Okay, so if you also are like, I don't want to wait till Sunday, or I forgot, just go straight to Sister Carmen, drop it off, and say, this is connected to All Souls. They want to know, this isn't for ourselves, they want to know how these drives work or not, so they collect that data. So that's one thing. Another opportunity in the same vein is our fifth Sunday. And so on March 30th, at in the morning, we are going to be worshiping through service. And so we're connecting with Pine Street, and we are going to be providing a meal for many who are unhoused in the city of Boulder in this area. And so we have several opportunities to be able to help with this. So there's food prep, there's serving, there's cleaning, there's making sandwiches, there's just being a good neighbor and sitting down with people and sharing a meal and sharing part of your story and hearing the story of others. All of these ways, there's ways you can sign up. If it is full and you still want to be part of it, reach out to us, and I'm sure that we can find ways from greeters to other ways to be involved. Would love for that to be the problem we're running into, but that will be March 30th. On Sunday morning, and that's how one of the ways on March 30th, we're gathering as community. We're not going to be having a service like this here at 4 o'clock, but one of the ways is going to be through our 5th Sunday lunch. The other way we're going to be gathering on March 30th in the evening, it could be a full All Souls Day. If you just want to feel the fullness of life at All Souls, think about all of it or pick one or the other. On March 30th, we're going to try something we haven't done for a really long time, which is we have about 8 or more people who are wanting to host a meal and a conversation at their house. So we have hosts. Thank you, hosts. And now we just need people to put their butts in the seats and show up to it. And so this is our dining and dialogue. Feel free to use your phone now. This is on the website as well, but you can just click through this and sign up, and then we throw our names in the hat, and we just spread out, and you're going to find yourself at a table, much like Passing of the Peace, but with a lot better food and a longer extended time for conversation. And we're just going to have time to get to know one another. One of the things that can be so hard about coming to church is, you maybe know the person to your right or left, or maybe you don't know anyone. It's like, how do we get ways in which we can know each other at a more deep level? So I'm not having to be like, oh yeah, I've been going here for a year. My name is Will. It's good to see you again. But you walk through the door and these are people I've had dinner with. I've been in their home. And then we're going to have a conversation that will have like different ways and guided around not just open conversation, but meaningful conversation at the table. So this is March 30th, that evening. We're going to be trying this, and if it goes well, we hope to do more of these as ways of just meeting people. So if you have sat on this side your whole life and never met anyone on this side, sign up. If you sat on this side and never met anyone on the balcony, you don't even know if they're up there. I know you're looking. They're not. It's just my son. Then you can sign up and get to meet other people. And I know that is it can feel a little anxious, but I promise you will be in good hands. And so that's dining and dialogue.